Hey guys, today I want to show you 3 puzzles I got from Speedcube Shop that were all made by VeryPuzzle. The first one is called the Snow Mystery. So I guess it's Snow Mystery, I got it, right? My humor sucks. Anyways, let's play with this. Alright, so the thing is, there's something I noticed about this puzzle, and it's that it has a sort of sandy feeling to it when you turn it, and that reminds me of 3D printed puzzles. And that's kind of cool because it also reminds me of one of my own puzzles, the Quartet. This is the first puzzle I ever made, and I made it in 2011, so that was a long time ago. 2010 actually, February 2010, so 8 years ago. And it turns like this, and same as this one, like this, so on the sides. And so it's very similar even in the sound, which is why I was talking about the grittiness of that puzzle, and I think it's really interesting. Now, this puzzle is extremely easy because it's only, side turns like that and the slice turn, and that means you can 2-cycle whatever you want. So let's just scramble this. I'll be solving it at the end of the video real quick, but that is not for now. So let's just scramble it. It's kind of hard to align properly because you do have to align it before you turn. But it is quite a fun puzzle, and I always loved my quartets, so this is just as good. So the second one is a much bigger one, and it is the Clover Octahedron, which looks like this when you're zoomed out. And the thing is, I'm a bit disappointed, but not at the quality, but at the geometry. So let me just explain. So first, let's talk about the quality. It's really good. Quite surprised that there are visible holes in the parts, but it's fine, I guess. It turns quite well. But these moves right there that you see, these jumbling moves, are completely useless. So let me explain. Here, you can jumble like that, but you can't really go back. And the thing is, these turns cannot be brought to another face. And that's why I'm disappointed in the geometry, because the thing is, I've designed Clover Octahedron, and they use a completely different geometry. They're supposed to be using, essentially, it's called the Tetrakis hexacotahedron, I think, which is 24 faces. And the thing is, this design is not using that. It's actually using the geometry that mixes these parts together. And so technically, what VeryPuzzle did is they just took this turning axis, this face, and they repeated it around the puzzle 8 times because this is the same interface as this. So it's just like a copy of that, 45 degrees every time, and they intersected 3 of those. 1 in that direction, 1 in this direction, and 1 in that direction. So it's a bit strange because the only thing you can scramble are these small bits right there. You can't scramble these edges at all because they're always going to stay here and there compared to this part, so essentially they're not very useful. I guess the design automatically creates these parts, and they can be split apart from these centers right there, but they're always going to come back to the centers. They can't really go around the puzzle or even around these 4 sections right there, so you can't really permute them at all, so it's kind of useless. And okay, the puzzle is nice, it looks good, but I'm a bit disappointed about the geometry of that puzzle because it could be much more interesting, like the optical and the optical crystal that I made. So yeah, it's still a nice quality puzzle, but I don't know, it's just I don't really like the fact that there are parts that you can't scramble. It just makes me tick. So yeah, this is what was it called? The Clover Octahedron, which is technically not a Clover Octahedron because the Clover property isn't respected in that case. Now let's move on to the last one, and it's quite bigger. And this is what it looks like when you're zoomed out. So this is the void truncated Icosidodecahedron. So essentially, an Icosidodecahedron is a dodecahedron where you cut off the edge, the corners, sorry, and then once you've done that, the truncated part is where you truncate the edges. So this is essentially a dodecahedron where you truncate corners and edges, which means you get 20 corner faces, 30 edge faces, and 12 face faces. And well, this puzzle doesn't spin well at all. You really have trouble turning it. Like, I have to go underneath the parts to actually make a movement, and I think the quality just isn't that great compared to what I would be expecting from a puzzle like that, but I know why, and I completely understand. you can't expect more from a puzzle like this because it's just completely insane. A void puzzle like that has flexibility, and this is why you just can't expect it to be better than this. So it's quite impressive, and it's definitely a good collector's item, and I'm gonna be putting this on one of my top shelves. But the quality is it's just too hard to get a good puzzle like that if it's not if it's void. I mean, it's a void puzzle like that means it works with rails, and rails just can't make a puzzle that big that great. So it's not the best design that I've seen, but it's still quite impressive. So let's just bring that back to its original position. Again, having a bit of difficulty doing that. And you've also got these faces I showed, the square faces, which are technically edges of a dodecahedron. And the impressive ones are the decagonal faces, which is essentially a face with 10 sides. This is due to the fact that the edges and corners are truncated, which means you've got 10 truncations next to the face. And to turn it, you gotta do this. Now this one is easier to turn because you can just put your finger in there and just pull them and turn them like that. So it's quite interesting to see that you have to turn it in a specific way to be able to turn it in the first place. Nevertheless, I'm not convinced by the quality of the puzzle, and I think it deserves a bit of adjustments before making it good. So just gonna, God. See, that's one of the other issues. You can pop some rails, and I don't even know how I'm gonna get that back. Okay, I did manage to get it back, so that's a good thing. I was scared for a second. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I'm not going to scramble it, obviously, because it would take way too much time to solve because of the quality. But it's definitely an impressive puzzle. I mean, this is huge. Let's just compare it to the Snow Mystery. Where did I put this? Right there. Alright, so the Snow Mystery is just about the size of a face, which is completely huge. And I've got my my MGC right here, so you can compare the size. It looked big here because my camera is quite close to the MGC, but it's extremely small. And I think you could fit maybe 4 or 5 of those inside the truncated Icosidodecahedron. So yeah, a very nice puzzle, but I wouldn't buy it for that price if I were you. But unless you really want a collector's item. This is not really like a solving puzzle, it's more like a collection puzzle. I do have a big collection, but like this is too big. Anyways, but I love it. I still love it. I'm still gonna play soccer with it, or football, depending on where you live. So let's just solve that really quickly. Let's start with the purple. I don't know why I'm starting with purple, but here you can do 2 cycles, which means you can do whatever you want, essentially. Here, for example, I want to bring the pink one right there. You know what? I'm gonna solve it closer. I want to bring the pink one right there. I just have to bring it here, switch it, bring the slot right there back here, and switch it again. And here I've got another pink, and I want to put it on the bottom. I just have to bring it all the way over there. So like this. Having a lockup, I don't know where it's from. Okay, just bring it all the way over here, turn it, and bring the other pink one right there. Then I've got the green, just bring the green piece right there. So that's solved the bottom green. Now I just need to replace that green with this one and bring it down here to pair up the green with the green. With the red one, I just have to do like a half turn right there, and I just want to put a red piece here where the blue one is, so I can just bring it down there, bring the blue one here, switch the blue one with the red one, bring it back. And now I just have that last blue one to put down here, and I'm essentially gonna replace the blue one with the yellow one, so that's gonna solve the whole puzzle. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to do before I end this video. So thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun filming this. This is so incredible. Okay, honestly, it's an amazing collector's item. Just don't buy it to solve it, but do buy it like to collect it if you want one, because it's just incredible. It's outstanding, to be honest. It's just beautiful. Anyways, this is the Snow Mystery, void truncated Icosidodecahedron, and it spins well like that, at least. And the Clover Octahedron, which is just huge. So I hope you guys like these puzzles. I definitely had fun reviewing them, and I hope I will see you guys in my next video.